Advanced query on equity ownership. This query trigger enables the user to find companies based on the pattern of ownership of their equity capital. This query trigger allows the user to search on 6 types of indicators available in the pattern of ownership format. These are shares held in number and percentage, pledged shares held in number and percentage, number of holders, and number of dematerialized shares. As you can see in the user interface, this query trigger presents this disclosure in the form of matrix with checkboxes. The difference between simple query and advanced query is that the advanced query uses the field names to form expressions and equations that are used to perform the search. Let us understand the functioning of this query trigger using an example. Suppose we want to find companies where Indian promoter individuals and HUF and Indian promoter corporate body collectively hold more than 70% of equity ownership as of the quarter ended September 2015. Follow 6 simple steps to obtain this data using this query trigger. The first step is to select the indicators Indian promoter individuals and HUF and Indian promoter corporate body to create an expression which adds the two indicators in the enter search condition box. Now let's add the greater than 70 condition to it. This equation implies that the query criteria is to select companies where Indian promoter individuals and HUF and Indian promoter corporate body collectively hold more than 70% of equity ownership. The second step is to enter the appropriate date for which the equation holds true. Equity ownership data is available on a quarterly basis. You may specify a date in the year-month format. Let us enter 2015-09 in the query on dates for the quarter ended September 2015. The date formats used in the query on dates and in the output dates are explained in the question mark icon just above the query on dates text box. The third step is to choose the appropriate domain. There are 2 domains available: all companies and companies in current OSC. Selection of the domain all companies means search is conducted over all companies available in the ProwessIQ database. Selection of the domain companies in current OSC means search is conducted on the companies available in the output sheet. Let us select the domain all companies. The fourth step is to select the appropriate output destination from the select output destination box. There are 4 formats possible. The first is the OSC format, which lists the names of the companies along with its equity ownership data. The other output destination is the WS, which is the worksheet, which displays the company names along with its equity ownership data. There are 2 WS in this query trigger. One is indicators in rows, whereas companies and time in columns, and the other is time in rows, whereas companies and indicators in columns. The fourth output destination is the TXT output, which displays the same data in a text file. The location and the name of the text file can be changed by you. The default file name is mentioned under File Name. Let us select OSC as our output destination. The fifth step is to click on the appropriate execute option to run your query. Since we have selected all companies as our domain, we can select any one of the 3 execute options. These are add to current OSC, send to new OSC, replace current OSC. Add to current OSC will add list of companies which have satisfied the criteria specified in the query trigger along with its data. Send to new OSC will create a new output sheet of companies satisfying the criteria specified in the query trigger along with its data. Replace current OSC will replace the contents in the current output sheet with companies satisfying the criteria specified in the query trigger. Let us click on Send to New OSC option. After the query has been successfully executed, the New Outputs button will start blinking. Click on the New Outputs button and download the output from the output downloader by clicking on Continue. ProwessIQ will display those companies where Indian promoter individuals and HUF and Indian promoter corporate body collectively hold more than 70% of equity ownership as of the quarter ended September 2015.